I have owned a Mazda CX-50 for over 2 years now, and if you're thinking about buying one, or trying to decide between something like a CR-V or a RAV4, I've got some honest thoughts I think you should hear first. Some of the stuff I love and some of the stuff I can't stand, so let's get into it. Let's start with the stuff that actually impacts my day-to-day driving. First, and easily the most annoying, is when the sun hits the dashboard at a certain angle and reflects directly into my eyes. Not just a quick glare, but we're talking a full-blown blinding for long stretches, especially on road trips. Now you can see, but it is very annoying. The sun visor does not reach that far, and sunglasses are now a must in the vehicle at all times, but even then it's still distracting to have a flash of light hit your eyes. If you're someone that does a lot of highway driving, this is going to bug you. Second is the My Mazda app. It's great for locking and remote starting in theory, but it leaves notifications active even after you've locked the vehicle or viewed the notification even within the app itself. To clear them, you have to dive multiple layers deep into the app, and it's just clunky and tedious, and it's annoying to have to do it every single time. And while the remote start feature is very nice, especially because I live in Canada here and we need it for the winter, it doesn't work if your gas tank is low. Which, okay, I get why you would do that, but it's still frustrating when it's cold outside and I just want to warm up my car a little, say even going to the gas station to get a full tank. Like, I know how much gas is in my tank. Let me just warm up my car. Third, on 2 separate road trips early on when I first got the CX-50, the rear trunk wouldn't open. Even using the key fob or pressing the button directly on the trunk, nothing worked, and I tried in different orders and still nothing would happen. And on these road trips, I had all my gear in the trunk. That means I had to crawl into the back like a raccoon just to grab the stuff I needed. It hasn't happened in the past year, but I won't forget when it happened when I was first showing off my new car to my family and I can't even open the trunk in front of them and I have to get them to help me pile stuff out through the side door. There's also an auto brake system which you can't turn off. You can turn it down so it's not as intense, but a few times now it's slammed on the brakes when I'm just trying to pass a car that's, say, turning off the road and it thinks the car is still going to be in the way in time. Is it for safety? Probably. It's good to have it? Probably, but it's still very jarring and I feel like it's dangerous in a way when it slams on the brakes when it doesn't fully understand the situation. And the last one here is more of a trade-off with the design. It has a low roof, but it eats into the cargo height, and when you have to haul tall gear or many boxes, this impacts it. Now with that said, I still genuinely like this car, and here is why. The driver's seat is what sold me on the vehicle. I test drove Toyotas, Hondas, and even the CX-5, and the CX-50 just felt cool and fun. It feels more like a car and less bulky like most SUVs feel. Even lower trims feel premium inside, and it doesn't feel like you're in a budget SUV. All-wheel drive and higher clearance. This is great for road trips to the lake or to the mountains on any kind of sketchy road you're going down or dirt road. It even protects against potholes in the city depending on what city you're in. It's fun to drive, even without the turbo, even though I'm sure the turbo would be a lot more fun. Adaptive cruise control. As a gamer, I love this. I spend the whole trip trying to perfect my speed and adapt to traffic around me, almost optimizing it like I'm in a video game, like a little faster to pass this guy, a little slower so I don't have to deal with passing this guy. I find it a lot of fun and it gives me something to do on road trips. And compared to the RAV4 and the CR-V, it was a lot cheaper and cooler, which definitely played a factor into my decision. So after 2 years, would I buy it again? Honestly, I think I would. Are there issues? Sure. The sun glare, the brake system, the app in general, they're not deal breakers, but they're definitely worth knowing about. Maybe I can tint the top of my windshield, so it can potentially affect the sun glare. It really just depends on the restrictions in my area and if that even goes low enough to affect where it reflects. For the price, it drove better and looked better than the competition. I originally planned years ago to get a CX-5 and I've been saving up and planning for it for a long time, but after test driving both, I instantly fell in love with the CX-50. Again, with the driver's seat and just the area you sit in was a lot more cool to me, and that's what mattered to me as a person who doesn't have kids. It was more like a fun vehicle that is still functional. I went with a lower trim because a lot of the upper trim features did feel like gimmicks. And if I was going to spend that kind of money on a higher trim for the CX-50, I might even go around looking at Acuras, Lexuses, or the Toyota Crown. So I am glad I saved money going with the CX-50, and I almost have it paid off now, so I'm even more excited to no longer have a financing bill. If you're shopping around for your first SUV and you want something that's actually fun and not just functional, this might be it. It's not perfect, but for the price and the feel and the way it drives, this is a great SUV.